Hey, and welcome back. This time, Defiance heats up as Raziel visits Avernus in search of the Heart of Darkness. Will we find it? Well, we'll just have to find out, won't we? As always, we've got the coin, which is going to tell us how we're going to play. Now, we've already used all of our appearance cheat codes in our playthrough, so the coin is just going to tell us whether we're going to skip all combat and just go from point A to point B, if that's Raziel's side, or if we're going to do every fight that we can and feed on every type of spirit available. And that is going to be Kain. Let's flip and see where we land. It's Raziel. Okay. And the coin just went in the couch. It's a good thing we didn't need it anymore. That means we're going to skip combat wherever we can and just try to experience the story, which now is going to get amazing. Get ready for some of the best moments in Legacy of Kain. Let's go. Here we go.
Somewhere in this great cathedral, the heart of darkness lay concealed. The city outside was in chaos, and the cathedral would not be immune for long. During such times, buried secrets were often suddenly revealed, or lost forever.
Okay, so let's talk about Avernus. Oh, wait a second, here's a... Raziel can't bat. It's teasing us. Anyway, Avernus, which is, of course, the city and cathedral from Blood Omen 1. Now, when we visited it in Blood Omen 1, it was absolutely overrun with demons. The city was destroyed, and lots and lots and lots of people were dead. So, yeah, as we got to the cathedral, it was untouched, which, wonder why that could be. And that was because, sarcasm aside, that is because Azimuth the Planar, the corrupted guardian of the Pillar of Dimension, had summoned demons after the corruption of the pillars, had summoned demons from all planes and stuffed them inside the cathedral. During the events of Blood Omen 1, they came spilling out and devastated the surrounding city. And that's where we are right now. The city of Avernus is on fire, the cathedral for now is untouched, and young Kain is somewhere about, or has maybe already been here. We don't actually know yet. But we've got lots of exploring to do because there is lots to find and lots to do here in Avernus. So let's go. And of course, this is the music from the Silence Cathedral in Soul Reaver 1. We've got the main altar here. And we've got, something to do with the Reaver here, which obviously I know. We don't have that Reaver yet, so we'll do some more exploring. Oh yeah, our new Water Reaver. Uh-oh, this looks a lot like the entrance to a Reaver Forge. Just trust me, bro. One more Reaver Forge. That's it, I promise. Trust me, bro. Yeah, trust me, bro. All right. You should know how to do this pretty well by now. Except I just get too greedy every time. Oh yay, more. And one more statue. Another considerately placed soul pod. Oh yeah, let's see what the water power is. So we haven't gotten to do that yet. Ooh, ouch. Okay, well it doesn't do much to them, but next time we've got some humans to fight, we'll totally do that, I promise. There we go. I mean, it does make sense that golems would be the guardians of the Earth Forge. The Earth Forge Shrine Temple? Temple Shrine Forge? Hoping somebody can keep me consistent here. And now we've got these floating Earth platforms. Perfect sense. All right, say it, Michael.
Obsidian sphere.
Yeah, that's the good stuff. Although, I really did love that in Blood Omen 1, where there was, they'd have Simon read the, not just the name of the item, but a description of it too. I love that stuff.
The Heart of Darkness.
And yes, I also love flavor text on magic cards.
I had seen this symbol throughout these ruins. I should have realized what it was they worshipped. Now there was no question, for this scene depicted the ancient vampires' torment and despair as their curse cast them from the wheel of fate. So this was the god whose abandonment had driven them to madness and suicide. Finally, I understood. It was not the bloodthirst, but their immortality that was the true nature of their enemy's curse. The wisest, strongest, most noble race, gulled by the voice of that old parasite. But I had seen him, and whatever he was no god.
Okay, another huge revelation here, even though we really shouldn't be trusting murals blindly, but that's just my opinion. So yeah, we caught a peek of this last time with Kain, but here we are seeing now the true nature of the Hylden curse, as Raziel lays out. But the Hylden's curse came in 3 parts. So there was the bloodthirst, of course, and then sterility, and then immortality. Now, what we see in this mural here is that immortality severs them from the influence of the god that they worshipped. And that drove them to such a despair that they sought self-annihilation. And it's interesting to hear Raziel characterize them as wise and noble. And I think just because of protagonist syndrome, we kind of feel the same way about Raziel. Soul Reaver 2 taught us that we should be careful about that, though. And I think Raziel ought to be kind of careful with this, too. Anyway, let's move on. Oh, hey, check it out. TK rune. Nice. And back to the spectrum room. Okay, so we got some things here. More guardians.
Rejoice in the turning of the wheel.
It does turn, but we cannot see it.
Your wheel is a lie.
You will turn the wheel.
Come.
Die.
Okay, let's fight some more vampire guardians. Okay, I'm slowed down. You see that? That means that one of these guardians is the original Time Guardian. Ouch, that AoE will get you every time. Looks like they can damage themselves too, which is great. Now we're sped up. These time fields are really, really interesting. And the other guardian here is the energy guardian, which makes sense given that he's hitting me with bolts of energy. I'm sure glad there are just some random souls around here. And given that this is the last Vampire Guardian fight, it makes sense it would be the most difficult. Ouch. With the most annoying AoE, too. Okay. There's the Time Guardian. Boom, and the Energy Guardian. Oh, is that a vampire soul or is that Hylden's soul? Whatever, we'll eat it. Not picky. Okay, let's go find a body. Oh, hey, there we go. And you jerks again. Okay. The cool thing is I got a new power. Oh yeah, check that out. Oh, there we go. We maxed out our combat with Raziel. So yeah, now we can freeze enemies in time with Raziel too. But yeah, the Water Reaver freezes enemies in place, which is super helpful. What the? Okay, that was weird. Just randomly change positions, but okay, strange. But yeah, looking at the corpses here, of course it makes sense. There's ancient vampires, and there are their human servitors, which are now being possessed by Hylden. There we go. Is that it? Is that all, y'all? got some yard work to do, apparently. Okay, so we need to vanish. Okay. Yeah, we gotta get the shield down before we can forge the Reaver. And Kain made this whole centuries ago. And now we'll use it. Not any better. There we go. Nothing there, nope. Okay. There we go. Kain's vandalism is really starting to pay off for us. All right, so now we need to... There we go. Now, other than the overgrown yard, we should be able to forge our Reaver again. Man, they're just everywhere, aren't they? Seriously, this is how I feel when I do yard work at home. Is that it? Anybody else? Alright, one more. There we go. Okay, let's do it.
As the Reaver absorbed the souls of the original Energy and Time Guardians, it was imbued with the elemental power of Earth with which their principles were aligned.
It's the Dirt Reaver. Okay, it's the Earth Reaver, but it's more fun to say the Dirt Reaver. Okay, so one thing noticing here, doesn't really have an earthy sound to it. But an important thing to note about the Earth Reaver is it has some powers which aren't actually obvious at first. The first thing, of course, you can do is create these floating Earth platforms, which is just kind of strange. And also There we go. Opportunities for some signature Defiance platforming. But we made it. Look at that. And but it also allows you to become heavy underwater, which is going to let us do more later. Okay, we need our Fire Reaver for these. And then, okay, you have to climb up on this to progress. So it's a little confusing, but this is how you move forward. Trial and error is how I know. And jump over to here. After we get, whoa, hey. These, there we go. Okay, now we need to jump back down. Hopefully this will be equally forgiving this time. Because these are timed, and they can be a little tricky. Yeah, see, they just kind of disappear like that. Okay, back over here. Air Reaver now. Okay. Air and fire. Nope. Okay. So does that mean the symbol has to be facing? Okay, let's try that. Nope, that's right. So there's only going to open one door at a time. So we'll try fire. No, let's try air first, actually. There we go. That's how to do it. And water to extinguish this one. And turn these statues to the other side. And open up. Now we can go back. Keep looking for the heart. To the Cathedral. Still so shiny. Why is it so shiny if I'm not supposed to interact with it? Nope. Nope. Wrong Reva! Okay. Since we have our new one, let's get that equipped. Oh, hello, food. These are Cenobites, or priests of Hashagik. And we're going to talk so much more about Hashagik. And of course, they are rather squishy. Oh, nope. Oh, jeez. Okay. We're doing this, are we? Ah, there's my new powers, earthquakes. Alright, so if we're playing the demon summoning game... I wondered. Nope. These guys do hit hard. There we go. Okay. And of course, we saw lots of demon summoning in Blood Omen 1 and Soul Reaver 2. So, very well established discipline in Legacy of Kain. Hey, check it out. Do you now? Well, I've got oppositional defiance disorder and an energy blade, so... All right, Dark Scripture. Let's go look at that.
Dark Scripture.
Yeah. Okay. Woo. Thanks, camera. Being weird again. Let's go lay it on the altar, see what happens.
As the handsome coffin hides the putrefying corpse within, the great Cathedral of Avernus seemed to hold its own secrets, hidden in the catacombs beneath its vaulted chambers. Was this the source of the corruption that infected Nosgoth? Vorador had hinted at something more.
Ooh. Mysterious portal, hooray! And, of course, we see the cathedral has changed. Oh, hey, there's an arcane tome over there.
History is written by the victors. Beneath the vaults of Avernus, I discovered scenes that told a familiar story, but from a very different point of view. This was the work of the enemy race, and revealed what the vampire histories had conveniently omitted. How the noble vampires, god-ridden and righteous, had started the wars that would destroy both races, victor and vanquished alike. Their adversaries opposed the vampires' god and refused to submit to the wheel of fate. For this, they were banished. I now understood the poetic irony of their curse. and my resemblance to the vampire's enemy no longer seemed so accidental.
Okay, so we're going to talk some more in a minute, but getting into the really interesting story possibilities here. So, Arcane Tome. Okay, before we go too much further, we want to make sure that we have everything that we need. Okay, so for Raziel, you should have 9 health talismans, 6 TK runes, and 8 arcane tomes. Oh, that's really interesting. We seem to have been to all the Reaver shrines, but there's space for one more. Oh, nope. All right, big boy, your turn. Man, that haymaker he's got is there we go. Nice. A little bit of demon soul is a treat. Any food around here in the catacombs? Probably not. Oof. There we go. Actually, can we skip this? I think we can. We're gonna try.
The banished race foretold a hero who would deliver them from their oppressors and destroy the shackles of the vampire's tyrannous god, the same hero that bore the flaming sword. What game was this, where every player on the board claimed the same pawn?
So, Raziel, your true nature is finally revealed. You were never the vampire's savior. It is to the Hylden race you belong. And when Kain realizes this, what do you think he will do?
Here we go. So, one, this kind of manipulation is fundamentally no different than saying, hey, you know what she called you? But it is at a much, playing at a much higher level, though. So, yeah. Raziel, of course, has been a human. He's been a vampire. He does not belong to the Hylden race, okay? He's obviously a vampire. But according to these murals, the Hylden claim him. These murals are prophecies that the Hylden would have a hero as well, which of course we've seen in the vampire murals in the Vampire Citadel. We're going to talk a lot more about this as we go. But again, Raziel's blind faith in these murals is gonna get him into trouble someday. Just saying. All right, let's continue. There we go. And here we go. Kick.
Great Hashakik, we hear you. We offer this sacrifice upon the altar of the world.
In the depths of Avernus Cathedral, I stumbled upon a bloody ritual. Was this the source of the corruption that had overtaken the city?
May this blood nourish you for all eternity. The wrath of Hashakik has once more been averted. Depart now as ever in his service.
What was it that these deluded humans worshipped with such fervor? Was this the dreaded unspoken that Vorador had warned me about?
We're about to find out.
Whatever so-called god inhabited this hideous pit, I was about to meet it.
I smell no blood. Throat cut first, blood gouting, then it falls into the pit. The sacrifice is rejected. You will know my wrath. Not possible. No, it could not be.
Stand away, monster!
No. That voice. Not possible. I know that voice. But he fell. The abyss. He ended there.
I did not fall into the abyss.
Oh, it remembers that, does it?
I was thrown in by my own brethren.
I heard what you did to them. And now, you have found me at last.
Turel!
Turel! Yes, that was my name then.
The others were grotesque, but...
Yes, I am changed. I have become a god, greater than you ever were, Raziel. You were never a god. Greater even than Kain!
It is to you that these humans offer their blood sacrifices?
Hashakik! Hashakik! Yes.
But
Pretty
how
sweet
did
setup,
this
right?
happen?
I was summoned. There was darkness and great hunger. And then I was found.
Why do you stay in this terrible place?
Why stay? Would I remain if I could get out? While they hound me and tear at me and... The hour is at hand, as it was foretold.
Turel?
Use his voice to command the disciples above. We demand offerings to keep the host alive. He has been a durable vessel, but he can take us no further. You must prevail. The champion of our enemy draws near. No! I must have blood! Bring me blood! Or feel the wrath of your god. Yours. Yes, it will strengthen me against them.
What are you doing?
No more questions. No more worship. Time to run. Time to scream. Time to die.
Whew. Okay, Turel! So before we do the fight, let's talk about everything here because there's so much to talk about. As I said, this is where Defiance really starts to get interesting from a story perspective. And wow, Turel. Soul Reaver 1, Turel was the one vampire lieutenant, the one of Raziel's brothers that we did not come across. Now, of course, we found Turel in Soul Reaver 2. Turel saying here that he was summoned. There was darkness and great hunger. Who summoned him? Now, one might say, okay, Azimuth may have brought him here, after the corruption of the pillars. But to my mind, he has not been here. Like, that is far too short a time for him to have been in this pit. He's devolved to a much greater level than Duma or Rahab or Melchiah or Zephon. Oh, maybe Zephon. I don't know. But Turel, we kind of saw, of course, in the Lost Levels video, we saw mostly what he was intended to look like. But this is so far removed from them that he had to have been down in this pit for a very, very, very long time, possibly another 500,000 years, maybe. We don't really know. I think we have to take Azimuth off the table, unless Azimuth reached into the future, grabbed Turel, and hurtled him way back into the past. The Pit of Hashagik, which we can actually visit in Blood Omen 1. It's a secret area. You can find the scripture that Mortenius is reading. You can actually find that in Blood Omen 1, in a secret area in Avernus Cathedral. And then here, Turel doesn't see us. Now, the first few times I played this, I was wondering, like, okay, he doesn't recognize Raziel. He didn't recognize what he heard about Raziel. But he's blind. He's been in this pit for thousands of years, and he can only smell. And so, yeah, of course, he's not going to recognize Raziel until he gets his scent. Now, the other thing to consider is that Turel is, of course, being fed blood sacrifices by the cult of Hashagik. Now, he's also being possessed by something, and all signs are starting to point to the Hylden. But we're going to get more about that in a little bit here. And it seems like there's multiple entities that are possessing him, and he's trying really hard to fight them off. And being a vampire, he needs blood to do that. But he's imprisoned, mostly blind, and blood-starved. So, Turel's wifey, please pick up your husband. He needs you. I'm actually really excited for Turel's issue of the Fallen Brothers comic. Maybe we actually get to see what happened to him. Or maybe they'll just retell this whole thing again. And of course, Turel's voice is by the extremely talented Greg Berger.
Throat cut first, blood gouging, then it falls into the pit.
Just bringing everything to this scene. If you watch the voiceover sessions, which we will at some point for Defiance, you can see him just really having a blast with that. He just brings so much energy to it. It's great that his one scene that he gets in Defiance is so memorable. So good. Anyway, let's finally fight the vampire Turel, who, of course, is quite proficient with telekinesis. And he's huge. Can't do anything to him with TK. He is not impressed at all. Okay. Haha. So he's focusing his power into these gongs here, which we can turn back against him to weaken him enough to hit him with the Reaver. If we can aim. There we go. Yeah, you gotta watch that AoE. Have to avoid these energy things here, but there we go. Almost there. Oh, we gotta hit all of them. There we go.
Yes, now. Go, speed your endeavor. Face him and kill him. Destroy the binding at last. We shall all be free.
Okay. There's something else in that soul, Raziel. Think twice about eating it. Oh, jeez. Okay, well, Turel is finally free. Which, you know, hooray. But now that we've absorbed his soul, we have his increased prowess with telekinesis, which they now will match Kain's. But Turel's soul and some telekinesis aren't the only thing Raziel just consumed. So, yes, thank you. That's what I just said. Now let's get out of this pit.
Come to me, my undead son.
Familiar
Make
face,
haste to the
though new
pillars.
voice.
The stage is set for the grand finale. You will have your vengeance.
Mortanius!
So, you have come out into the open at last. The binding must be fragile indeed. But you will find you are too late.
What am I too late for this time?
I love that line.
No, not now. You are too late for the victory you sought. I have beaten you after all.
You have mistaken my identity.
Have I? You forget who schooled me in the ancient prophecies. This vessel speaks truly. You are indeed overdue, but it no longer matters in the least. With or without you, we will prevail.
So, I finally meet the unspoken. And here it is, nestled in the heart of the circle itself. Ironic.
Poetic justice. To topple the foundations of the pillars from within. We shall have our revenge in full measure and for all time. This one has little strength left. One must not break him. Your kind does not like to lose.
I seek the heart of darkness.
Now you think of that. But as I told you, you are too late. The heart has served its function. I have used it to set prophecy in motion. I created the champion foretold by my masters, who is destined to be your destroyer. The Scion of Balance will save Nosgoth. The Pillars will return to vampire guardianship as intended, and your race will be cast down forever.
Kain. You use the heart of darkness to create Kain.
How else? I refused at first to believe the ancient myths. I thought the vampires were simply a plague upon mankind, a pestilence we had to control. But they were right, and we were wrong to overthrow them, Mobius and I. We didn't understand what it was the Pillars were holding back. I have made my atonement. I will continue to make it to the end, which will be soon now. But I know Kain will set it right. He will restore balance. And none too soon. My enemy is growing stronger.
Where is the heart of darkness now? Did you destroy it?
You still don't understand, do you? You cannot make use of it as long as Kain guards it with his life.
Kain has it. It is in Kain.
Check and mate. This deed will redeem first me and then all Nosgoth. It must. This one grows weak, but we will soon have a stronger vessel. The long-awaited hour approaches. Our release is at hand. I must finish it now.
It's a lot of chat, isn't it?
Okay, before we continue here, oh man, so much to talk about. So, Mortanius. Now, one thing that's interesting, I actually noticed just now for the first time, decades after playing this game for the first time, is Mortanius has a mask that he takes on and off. And it's the mask, I guess, that we see in Blood Omen 1, and we see Mortanius take it off to reveal a more human-looking face here. Interesting. Small detail, but still really interesting. Second is that we see Mortanius being possessed by something here. And this was the moment, this was the scene that destroyed my headcanon. My headcanon originally was that Mortanius' whole plan was to murder Ariel and set the corruption of the circle in motion so that he could become a god, the Elder God. And that was because Mortanius in Blood Omen 1 was played by Tony J, and the Elder God was played by Tony J. Now, they recast Mortanius here to alleviate that confusion. And Amy Hennig has spoken to this directly. And Mortanius is played here by the amazing Alistair Duncan, who also plays Mimir in God of War and Celebrimbor in the Shadow of Mordor games, in addition to many, many other roles. Also was once married to Anna Gunn, who plays Ariel. So anyway, now we are coming to one of the greatest moments in the entire Legacy of Kain series. But since it's Kain, we're going to have to switch. And because of what's about to happen, gotta wear this one. Yeah, it'll make sense in a minute. Here we go.
Kain, why is this no surprise?
Because our destinies run together, Raziel, like two rivers that have met and can never be distinct again. At your every fatal turn, you'll find me.
And the free will you said was mine, what has become of that?
You still have it. And that has everything to do with my presence here now.
It was your machinations that set my destiny in motion. The coin you tossed has struck the earth. Now you must abide by its outcome.
The coin is still turning, Raziel. To reach the resolution we both can live with, that will best serve our futures, Janos Ordran must not be raised.
Because you do not wish it? Is my free will to be exercised only when it accords with your whim?
There is much more at stake in this than you know.
Yes, and it is Janos who has the answers I desire.
You must trust me, Raziel. Our intentions, for Nosgoth, for our futures, are not so diverse.
I must trust you. Or...
I've not come here to threaten you, Raziel.
You say that while you hold in your hand the instrument of my doom?
I saved you from the Reaver once. I have no intention of imprisoning you within the blade.
At least not until the moment it serves your plans to do so.
You are not the only one at risk. I may carry the instrument of your destruction, but I too have taken a chance in coming here. Or haven't you realized? You bear the only weapon that can kill me.
Then you know what I am, and who you are?
I believe I do.
And still you think you can move me about like your pawn? Think again, Kain.
Take heed, Raziel.
Why? If we are who we are, then are we not destined to fight to the death, to decide the fate of Nosgoth?
Don't be a fool! I will not fight you!
And that will be the prophesied hero's battle? I win because you will not fight me? The mighty Kain, Scion of Balance, would-be savior of Nosgoth, surrenders before the final battle even begins!
Very well. If this will make you see reason...
This is Raziel and Kain's final confrontation. And Kain is right. The coin is still turning. And yeah. Let's do it. And Raziel is not himself. He thinks he is, but he's not. And of course, this music, if you've been following along with me and haven't played any of the other games yourself, is Kain's theme from Blood Omen 2, which is one of the very best parts of that game. Just awesome that they picked it for this. This is the only time we get to hear Raziel's evil laugh, which is fun.
Now, you will listen to me. The heart of darkness must remain undiscovered. Great harm will come of its use.
You don't know where it is, do you?
No.
You never looked for it.
It doesn't matter, Raziel. Listen to me. You must understand that every creature is bound to one predestined path. We are all shackled.
To the wheel of fate. Believe me, I know that even better than you do.
All but one. Because of your remaking, you are the one unbound creature. The one among us all that truly has free will. You have a choice, Raziel.
Which I'm sure I must make at your direction. Your pawn has reached the end of the board, Kain, and now my powers may even surpass yours. How ironic.
You're not yourself when you're hungry,
Raziel.
Raziel.
That you made should prove your own undoing. Now, we finish this, once and for all.
And now we get to play as Raziel's perspective, and we get Ozar Midrashim too for his theme, which is just this fight, man. So one thing I spent a lot of time thinking about is, why does Raziel have a choice? Why is he the one creature who is not bound to destiny? And you know, there's it could be because of his resurrection, of course, and remaking, but it could also be that he is walking Reaver Convergence. It's his own soul is twinned and bound to him, thus creating a paradox basically wherever he goes. So that's one explanation, but here we go. I'd love to hear all your theories in the comments, and Lore Masters especially. I'd love to hear from you. So for all of our fellow Trek fans out there, Kain and Raziel at Avernus is the Legacy of Kain fandom's version of Darmok and Jalad at Tanagra, just with a depressingly inverse outcome. So this is the genius of Defiance. To put these two characters who we are deeply invested in over the course of 5 games and pit them against each other in a situation that can only end badly for both of them. The Reaver begins to devour Raziel again.
No, Raziel.
Ve Victus!
I didn't.
Woe to the conquered! I have found the heart of darkness, and you go to oblivion! Kain was gone. The madness of this place had somehow fueled my rage, and as it subsided, I felt no elation, no sense of victory. Only a calm certainty that we had once again walked blindly into our enemy's trap. I couldn't be sure whether Kain had truly intended to destroy me, and now it appeared I would never know.
Received Heart of Darkness. All right, I'm gonna take just a second. Holy shit! Oh my god! Yeah, like I said, this is one of the most just incredible scenes in the entire series, and man. It is also by far one of the most tragic, because Kain's right about everything. He and Raziel's goals about restoring Nosgoth and trying to bring balance back are not so different. Kain knows exactly what it is that he is trying to do, for the most part. Raziel does not. And Raziel spends this entire series just about being manipulated. And we'll talk more about the nature of his ability to choose as we get into the final parts of the game here. But Legacy of Kain is a tragedy. In the academic sense of the word, it is a tragedy. When we talk about comedy and tragedy in the Aristotelian sense, a comedy is where a character goes through an experience, changes, and is able to achieve his goal. And happy ending, sad ending, don't really matter. No, it's more about protagonist and what the protagonist experiences. A tragedy is, in this sense, when a protagonist goes through all this experience, fails to change, and then fails to achieve their goal. Now, at this point, of course, we're talking about a 3-act structure. We're deep. We are at the second and third act transition here. And Raziel has failed to recognize the choice that he has, and thinking he has been serving his own goals here, has fulfilled this role that has been laid out for him. This manipulation is what it is. He inferred through what he learned in Soul Reaver 2 that he was the vampire hero. And now seeing these murals, he came to believe that he was not. And he came to believe that he was not. He was, in fact, the Hylden champion. And obviously, this is the outcome that the Elder God and Mobius have wanted. And it's tragic. It is absolutely tragic for Raziel, because thinking he's serving his own goals, he has probably destroyed Nosgoth's best chance at ever regaining balance. So, all right. Well, anyway, next time we're going to go back to Vorador's mansion and see if we can revive Janos. Hopefully it's worth it. We'll find out. Thanks for watching. If you like what you see and you want to see more, do the things.